Hello guys, welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be ranking every single Fortnite name location from worst to best. Just before we start, I just want to say I'm not going to include the block on the list because, you know guys, it'll just be changing again throughout the season weekly. So yeah. Other than that, we've got about 20 others ranking from worst to best. So yeah. We're going to be ranking these locations based on what I prefer. So, coming at number 20, the worst one that I really hate the drop so far for Season 9, in my opinion, I think this is going to be Lazy Lagoon. Now, Lazy Lagoon ranks in at our lowest spot. So, there's a couple of reasons why I don't like Lazy Lagoon. One, it's just a lot of water around. It's really annoying just having to walk through that water. Well, like Loot Lake, you've got all these little areas, so that's definitely a downside. Two, you just so many, I think mostly due to materials a little bit. It is fine in terms of wood and brick, but there's not a lot of actual metal. That's another reason why I don't like Lazy. And plus, another important thing that I say about location is the energy. And to be honest, Lazy Gun does nothing for energy in terms of energies. So yeah, Lazy, the worst spot. Now coming at our 90 spot, this is the second worst name location for me to drop. It is Sunny Steps. Sunny Steps I do like a bit more, but I still say it's a terrible spot for me. It is for me definitely better than Lazy. Definitely better than Lazy. You definitely got some decent resources. I mean materials. You got decent loot, but the thing that I really don't like is still the location. But it deserves a high ranking spot for than Lazy. Now coming at number 18, this is Jog Junction. Now Jog Junction is another location that I truly don't like. It's nothing to do with the location at all itself. It's the big problem with Jog I think it's the most furthest named location from the center of the map in Fortnite. I know you can get some pretty decent loot there, but the thing that really I hate about Jog Junction is if you need to run from the storm, most time 9 times out of 10 it'll be all the way on the other side of the map, or like 8 to 9. 8.5 or 9 times out of 10. So, yeah. So it's nothing to do with the loot, the location. I know it's got like a lot of metal, but again, bad spot, and it's just not really that close to anything except the location in the northwest. Now, coming at number 17, this is Salty Springs. I know when I did another video today, I put on a good list just to the fact it's got kills, but I don't like it as much as I did. It's because there's not many of the buildings. Like if you go Salty Springs, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be stuck in a house with another, and sometimes you could just end up getting killed. So yeah, Salty definitely not. The location isn't the worst, but it's not a really good spot if it's not a good spot if you're not looking for kills. Right, coming at number 16, Polar Peak. Now Polar Peak is again but again Polar Peak another for me a sort of terrible location. The loot is good, but the one big problem when you spawn into Polar Peak is so high that you could even take full damage and die die by taking full damage, not sticking the landing. That happened to me a few times. So I remember back in season 7. I have Polar Peak more over the time, but other than loot, that's really for me that's as good as it gets. Coming at number 15, it is Haunted Hills. Now, Haunted Hills I do kind of like, but it's a reason why I think it deserves to go a bit lower than most of them. It deserves a better ranking than Jug Junction, I think, in my opinion. I do prefer Haunted over Jug Junction just to the fact that it's a slightly better location, but it's slightly worse like materials. Maybe it's stone, but it's not a good place to go if you're looking for. It's just so far from the centre, but definitely not as far as Jung. So definitely Haunted does a bit better ranking than Jung. Top of that, also maybe has slightly better. Now coming at number 14, this is Shifty Shafts. Shifty is this sort of location that it has like mediocre loot. I thought it had decent, but I think it's like sort of mediocre. Because yeah, some people do really hate on it. I don't really hate on it, but it's just there certainly doesn't have a lot of chests in there. I think there was like 6 chests in the actual area. Without the 2 hours in shift, they would have been even lower on this list. So yeah. The only problem that I really don't like with Shifties, like there's sometimes when I go there, no one else. Like, even like when most times I go Shifty, I don't see too many people going. Roughly like mostly I think say 3 to 4. It's just not many players. I don't know why. I don't know what causes, but definitely Shifty not a very ideal spot for loot. In fact, I think it has the worst loot, I think, out of all the name cases in the game. Now, coming at number 13, we have... this is Pressure Plant. Now, Pressure Plant is sort of fine. Pressure Plant is a location that it's sort of central on the map. It's got okay loot. I think, in my opinion, it's just a pretty sort of average spot a little bit. Going at number 12, we have Happy Hamlet. Now, one thing we all know Happy Hamlet does right is loot. Like, there's over 20 chests in the area. That is so good. But the big problem when spawning to Happy Hamlet is looking how so far it is from the centre. It's not really that close to anything, maybe except the locations around the snow biome. It's just so far from most of the areas that I'm pretty much like not a lot of people really just drop there. I don't know why. Compared to places like Lazy Lagoon with even less loot, that location is like overrated. Happy Hamlet is like sort of underrated because yeah, I think it is sort of underrated. Yeah. Coming at on number hang on, there was one from someone said about also it's just not a good location it's not that sort of good location in terms of like where it is on the map. If it was anywhere else in the map it would be fine, but it's just it's sort of average. I'd rank it a little bit. Coming at number 11, this is I think I'm gonna say Frosty Flights. Frosty Flights is again for me another pretty average spot. You could walk out maybe with a decent gun. There's certainly quite very few chests, so like 13 to 16 chests, I think, depending on luck. So yeah, I don't often drop there, but I do a few times. Now coming at number 10, Snobby Shores. Snobby Shores is pretty decent spot, but the one thing that really I don't like about Snobby is that nobody really at all drops there. Well, people would just think, well, I'll just go to Tilted. Well, Snobby has decent loot, but really pretty much no one is going to drop there because it is like so far. It's so like off to like the middle west side of the map. Yeah, Snobby pretty decent in terms of loot. Now coming at number 9 we have Fatal Fields. Alfredo is a pretty average, another average really good spot. You probably could walk out with at least a decent gun, and certainly there's quite a bit of chest in it. I was like 15, 17 to 17 I think. So yeah, Alfredo is another pretty good spot. I feel like the one little problem I think I find with Fatal is just like if you need to run for subsafe, it's all the way north west to Jug Junction. There's no quad. And the big problem is you need to go running down the solid, and if you're not in time, it's just like storm damage. So Fatal, I see him trying to find Fatal. Oh no, pretty good spot, pretty average spot for loot. There's a few people that do go there. Now coming at number 8, the boy, it's Lucky. Now Lucky Landing is pretty average spot again for me, but I do like it. So, one reason I do like about Lucky is that you got look like 9 times out of 10 I think when you drop you're gonna at least get a vehicle, because I know there's like 5 vehicles in that building like on the north. So you probably are going to come out with a vehicle if you need to run from the storm, which is pretty good. But the one problem explaining to Lucky is that again the location is just so far. But other than that, decent. That's why I had to rank out and fail just due to the fact you got more vehicles. Yeah. Number 7. This is actually Lonely Lodge. Now, Lonely Lodge is one of my favourites, but there's a reason. It used to be one of my favourites, but it's not that quite. I still like it. It's sort of kind of with the location. It's a little bit far from the centre. And yeah, just like, again, nobody really drops there. One thing I will give to Lonely Lodge is the fact it's got a couple of vehicles. But again, it's just sort of like a bit far from the centre. That the big problem now with Lonely Lodge is if you need to run from the storm and there's no vehicle and it's on your side, you could just run taking storm damage. So I think Lonely just is fine, but it's still one of my favourites. But I think I need to rank it a little bit lower just due to the location. Now coming at our number 6 spot, we have Loot Lake. Now Loot Lake is a pretty good location. It has great loot. There is a ton of chests. There's like nearly 30 chests. That is awesome. That's I think the one thing I got. The one thing I really don't like about loot is like when you're dropping down squads with another. If there's more than 2 squads, you're gonna have a bad thing. Because even if you drop one squad, there's a good chance that one of your teammates are gonna die. It depends on what, because you never. Someone could get sniper. Someone could get one of those like legendary boom bow, and you can just again. That's what I have to say. But a few times that I went there in squads, once when I dropped Blue Lake, I made out with a full team. It's very unlikely, but with those reboot vans, it really does help. Coming at number 5, we have Paradise. Again, it is my favourite, but my number 1 favourite. It's like favourite location, but but there's other locations that I think is better. Yeah, this is what I kind of prefer, but Paradise again used to be like my number 1, but sort of my 5th a little bit. The one big problem when you spawn into Paradise is really the location. It's just so far from the center. I mean, you can actually get people going there. That's pretty nice, and the rifts obviously do help. But if there's no rifts, no quad, and say the circle's all the way again on the northwest, it is just you're just gonna run taking storm damage. So Paradise, and So things lonely, but it does have high better ranking than lonely. Number 4, Mega Mall. The Mega Mall is a pretty nice spot. It has great loot. There's pretty great loot. You're probably gonna walk out with decent guns because quite a lot of chests. Yeah, Mega Mall, definitely a decent slot to land in Fortnite. Right, we've got 3 left. I'm sure you guys can tell what they are. Number 3, it's Neo Tilted. Neo Tilted is one of the spots that I think has the best loot. I think the highest traffic. I think it does, I don't know. It's just other locations like Paradise, Soul Team, Lazy, just being again so close. But I think Neo has the highest traffic. It's like most times you're gonna drop that if you're actually not that good of a player, then you're probably gonna get eliminated. Yeah. Yeah, but I think like 8 to 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna get out alive. But if you're a good player, you probably could. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, but in my opinion, not the best. Now, coming at now the number 2 spot, I think in my opinion, Pleasant Park. Pleasant Park is a really good spot. It's one of my favourites, and it's a really good spot. The reason why I think Pleasant deserves to be ranked at number 2 is just simply a little bit of the location. It is off to the northwest, but it's not all the way to be completely. I think that's the reason why I need to rank it a little lower. That's why I'm ranking it at number 2. Other than that, it's fine. Great loot. You got great materials. It's got sort of decent rotation. So yeah, solid rotation. There's nothing unpleasant at all. Just kind of the location, just again a little bit to the northwest, but not all the way up to the east. So that's why I'm ranking it at number 2. Now at number 1, Dusty Divot. Yeah, Dusty Divot is my number 1 favorite location. Here's why. You've got pretty good materials, pretty good loot. Like, you're always going to see a few players drop that. I am truly a fan of Dusty. I think, in my opinion, Dusty is the best place. I think you can drop. This is like what I prefer. I think Dusty could be is a pretty good spot to drop. Because it's decent. Because you're always going to see a few players drop there mostly. So it is great to pick up a few kills. It's got loot, players, materials, good fantastic creation. There is absolutely nothing wrong with Dusty Divot. So yeah, maybe people are gonna say Neo Tilted is the best one. Not necessarily. It's just really popular. It's so popular. It's so big that you can be called out. Well, I think, in my opinion, Dusty is a number 1 spot. Okay, guys, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe, and peace out.